Welcome everybody back to part 4 of my Christmas 2025 decor. We are in my great room. This is the last room of the tour. I'm gonna have a whole house tour next week, so be on the lookout for that because there has been some updates. So if you know me, you know I'm always changing things, and I have changed some stuff up, so you'll want to tune into that. And it'll just be set to music. But today we're going to tour the great room. This is the room that we basically just watch TV in, and there's seating for everybody, so we can all sit around and chit chat and watch TV. So welcome. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for subscribing for my last videos. I really appreciate it. I'm happy you're here. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I hate to keep asking, but I do notice that at least half of you come in and watch, but you're not subscribed. So subscribe for me. So we'll start here in the corner. This is just some Christmas pictures from the past, and then some everyday pictures that I keep in of myself and my husband. But I did make my kids, for at least 15 years, pose with Santa. So I did it until they absolutely refused to keep doing it. And these are just some big family photos from Christmas Eve gatherings. And I love these blocks. This was given to me by my cousins, and I love them. They're so cute. I don't put them out every year. And then I say to myself, why don't I put them out every year? But in this case, I wanted to just dress up this corner, but I didn't know what to put because there's not really much room on top to decorate. So I created some space to decorate. So I just pulled out a couple drawers and then leaned some stuff in it and stuffed it with some greenery, and there you have it. It becomes a vignette. So anywhere in your home can really become somewhere to display. And this beautiful tree that I literally just picked up off of Facebook Marketplace, I just thought it was the coolest thing, and it was like such a reasonable price. It is handmade, and I'm not sure what the material is. I feel like it might be coconut, but it looks like a pine cone. But I think it's so cool. It's about 3.5 feet tall, and it's a little wobbly. I'm gonna have to do some glue magic after the season's over. I'll basically rescue it. But that's living here, and I think it looks just so pretty next to the window. And I have to say, my decor this year was very, very, very minimal up here. And I laugh when I say that, but it just really was minimal. And I wanted to show this. This is my mantle. Now, this is super minimal for me. I mean, there's not much color, there's not much things going on, but I wanted to utilize my demijohns because I think they're beautiful. And I was inspired by the cover picture from Primitive Place magazine. Maybe I'll insert it here so you can see what my inspiration was. I wanted to do this because it's sort of like a challenge, and it's also something that I want to relay to you guys, because a lot of people say they do the same thing over and over again, or they just don't know what to do. So I decided to basically be a copycat, and I just took inspiration from that cover photo, and this is what I came up with. So luckily, I didn't have to buy a single thing because I had everything. These are my baskets, and I just stuffed. This was actually one garland that I cut in half, and then I just stuck some picks in just to break it up a little bit because it was very green and brown. I wanted a touch of red. And in the photo, as you saw, they did have stockings. I don't have those vintage stockings, but I did have these stockings that I had from a couple of years ago. This lantern I had, it's actually broken. I need somebody to solder it. Probably my son will do that for me. But I did pick that up for $6, so I knew I'd be able to get it fixed at some point. And then just added the baskets. Now, the picture that I showed you, the mantle was much bigger than my mantle. My mantle is actually really small, and it's kind of annoying because it's not that deep and it's not that wide. I was thinking I wanted to put like another piece of wood on top and extend it out and extend it further deeper. So once I find the right piece of wood, I'm gonna connect those. Okay, sorry about that. My son just came home unexpectedly, so I didn't want to have all the noise. Anyway, the basket in the picture is obviously bigger. Like I was saying, this mantle is much smaller than the one photographed. So in that case, I had to do a little less baskets, yada, yada, yada. So you guys, inspiration from anywhere. And it's okay to copy or do something like that, because that's like flattering. Like when someone says they're gonna steal an idea from me, I'm like, go at it, because honestly, that's really flattering. I'm happy when I can inspire anybody or give them any kind of idea. So this frame was not included in the picture, but I felt like my up here was just so white and bare that I needed to add some height. Plus, I want to hide some nails that I have up there from stuff that I hang all through the year. So I included this frame, draped some greenery and some lights, and there you have it. I think it's great. It's simple. I can keep it up beyond Christmas because it's not screaming Santa Claus and, you know, red bows and all kinds of stuff. It's just a winter mantle. So I really like that. And I just stuck a basket here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna even keep that here because my husband uses this fireplace, obviously, so we're gonna have to put something down there. Actually, he uses that copper container there, so I think I might swap the copper container for. So moving over here, I really kept this super minimal. Just added some Christmas pictures, and that's about it. And a little, this is I didn't put batteries in this yet, but that is a snow globe. It's a little clock. I can't remember where I got this, but isn't that cute? I love that. And it's the little carolers. And me and my daughter. When my son decided he didn't want to go anymore, I took his place. There I am again. That Santa was so jolly. That's my son when he was really little. So now that's there, and this is there. Here, I just simply added some more of the jugs that I have, the decanters, demijohns. These lights stay up here all year. I added these woven bells that I picked up a couple years ago from, I think, Walmart. And this is kept just like this. Again, if you guys know me, this is very simple. I just wanted to keep this as open and usable as possible, and I just incorporated this vintage safety pin tree. Anyone ever see these? Aren't they adorable? This is all just beaded and put together safety pins, if you can see. I think they're so cool. Oh, that's the light. That's my little fairy lights. Sorry. And then I just threw some of the same ornaments that I had on the tree. And that's it. So my Christmas tree, once again, in the keeping with kind of simplicity, these are basically, they're not vintage ornaments. There are some, but most of them are not vintage. I just wanted to keep red, green, and gold, and a little bit of ivory in there. Just keep it very simple. This is a new tree to me this year. I kind of like that it's a little bit more sparse, and I love how the ornaments really shine on this tree. And I have a dimmer on this so that at night we can dim the lights. It just looks really pretty. So that's my tree, and it's really easy to undecorate it because these are shatterproof. I think a couple of these are glass, but these are mostly shatterproof, so I can just throw them in the bin and I'm all done. And what I did is I have a firkin underneath here. This is only a 6.5 foot tree, but I stuck it on top of the firkin, and then I put some shims underneath the stand legs, and then I just draped cloths over it. Isn't this cute? Is it too late to be good? And that way it elevated it about 2 feet. So now we have an 8.5 foot tree. So if you have a tiny tree and you have something that you can lift it and make it more grand, this room, the ceiling is very tall, probably 15 or 16 feet tall. So this room can definitely handle a very big, tall tree. And when I put it in here, it looked fine, but I wanted to elevate it, so that's what I did. Just moving over here. On the opposing side here, when you look at my living room from this way, I don't want to see the backs of things that aren't really finished. So I try to do things that are 360. This is a picture that my mother-in-law had given me. So I just threw a little thumbtack on the back of that and placed that picture there. I think it looks so adorable. Now this, yes, is the back. I can stick like a little greenery in there if I so choose. And this is just a little, I don't know what they are. What is it, like birdhouse thing? Again, more wintry rather than so much Christmas. And that's my butter churn. I have these pillows from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago that I keep there for the winter. And then we'll just move right over here. This time I kind of kept this like a Christmas tree theme, if you will, and stuck my little Santas around. My 2 favorite pictures from when my kids were really little. Sorry if there's a glare, but this one's my absolute favorite because my daughter just looks like, I probably show this every year, she looks like a little doll. I love that picture. And I just have some little bell here, some vintage candlesticks, this tree farm sign, all my books and more family pictures from the holidays. This little chair has this cute little Santa pillow. Things that I can easily remove that are Santa, like the Santa pillow and this Santa himself. On this table next to the tree, again, some more family pictures. This picture actually lights up. It literally just turned off. And that candle in this lights up, but that just hasn't gone on yet. And this is an old Santa from my mother-in-law. She was actually getting rid of it, but I took it. I thought it was so cute. Pictures, and I always love these wreaths and a little wintry birdhouse. Okay, so sorry for the noise in the background. This is my Roomba that's going around picking up all little dog hair. Okay, so over here on the back part of my great room, I have this shelf that I just have some more wintry bird houses, some bottle brush trees, and a Santa with a little cute Christmas sign. And those lights are generally on at night. They're on a timer. And this nice reproduction primitive lantern. I love it. How beautiful is this photo? Oh, it's too bad. Let's see. I had that professionally taken when my son was a baby, obviously. These do light up. They are on a timer. And a little primitive Christmas tree with some real candles that obviously I do not light, but I like this whole look. And these you can find, I think they're called like Christmas tree candle holders, and they're on Amazon. So they are available on Amazon. And I just draped this table runner over. And then in the shelving, I have another Santa, some more bottle brush trees, and look at these. These all fell apart. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna take some puff paint and I'm gonna make the windows and the door. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's been very busy. And another Santa. These Santas are not, they are older, but I don't know that they're quite vintage yet. They're probably nearing 20 or so years old. And guys, that is my great room for Christmas. So please come back again for the whole house tour so you can see it all put together. I really appreciate it, and please remember to hype, to like, and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you again.